Hello and welcome to Mailtrap videos, where we explore the world of emails. In this video, we'll explain how to send emails from Excel. Apart from being a powerful spreadsheet software, Excel enables users to send emails. These can be simple notifications or fully automated emails. To send emails, we'll need Visual Basic Applications, or VBA language, as its macros. First, we need to prepare Excel for sending emails. Open Excel and then the Options menu. Click on the Customize ribbon tab and ensure the Developer tab is checked. Press OK. After that, you should be able to see the Developer tab in the ribbon. Click on it and open the VBA code editor. Now we need to add a reference to the email architect send email object, which is an ActiveX object. For that, we should download the component library. Before you install it, close the VBA editor and the Excel sheet. Quickly install the library by completing the steps in the installation wizard. Reopen Excel and start with the new workbook. From the Developer tab, open the VBA editor. In the Tools tab, click on the References tab. Find the EA Send Mail Object ActiveX object, mark the checkbox next to it, and click OK. Now it's time to create a module and write an email sending script in it. To create a module, navigate to the Insert menu and click on Module. You'll see a white window in which you can start writing the code. The script should start with the public sub send mail to subroutine declaration. Declare variables that will hold the email details like the sender, name, recipient's email address, subject, body, and body format. Populate each variable with the desired values. Create an SMTP object for the EA Send Mail object and indicate its license code. Here, you should indicate the actual code of your license, but in this example, we'll just use try-it, which is the code for the trial version. Set the server address, username, and password for the SMTP server. We'll be using the credentials provided by Mailtrap Email Sending, but you could use any other SMTP server you want. Set the SMTP port and define the connection type as 4. This will set the connection type to try TLS, which means TLS connection will be attempted if supported by the SMTP server. Otherwise, the connection will fall back to normal TCP. Assign the properties to the variables and indicate that the code should run asynchronously. Initiate the email sending process with the send mail object. Save the module. Press the run button to run the code. Let's check our inbox. And voila, our test email is right there. The last thing we need to do is connect the code piece shown earlier to the command button in the worksheet. This way, you won't have to open the VBA editor each time you want to send emails. Go to the spreadsheet, and in the Developer tab, click Insert. Under Form Controls, find a button and drag it to the sheet. A Sign Macro window will appear. There, choose the Send Mail To macro we created earlier and press OK. You can edit the text on the button. We decided to call it Send Email. Let's click on the button and see if the email arrives in our inbox. And there you go, the button works perfectly. To streamline the workflow and save the time spent sending emails manually, you can easily automate your Excel emails, and here's how. Open the VBA editor and copy the code from the Send Mail module. Go to this workbook and choose Workbook in the first drop-down menu. Paste the code between the private sub workbook open and end sub lines. That way, the code will be executed when the workbook is opened. Save the code. Double check that EA Send Mail object is selected by going to References in the Tools tab. Close everything, including the workbook and the VBA editor. When we open an Excel document, the email should be triggered automatically. A quick note, for the automation to work correctly, you should save the Excel document as an Excel macro-enabled workbook. Open the document and check the inbox. The email is right there. In our previous example, we discovered how to send an automated email when the workbook is opened. This time, let's see how you can schedule emails with a task scheduler so that your system can open the workbook and send emails automatically at regular intervals. Type Task Scheduler in the search box and open it. Navigate to the Action tab and pick Create Basic Task from the drop-down menu. In the Create Basic Task wizard, indicate the name of the task. Click Next and choose when the task should be triggered. Click Next once again, set the start time, and define the recurrence frequency of the task. Pick an action the task should perform. In this case, it will be Start a Program. Next, select the program you want to open. Since we want to open Excel, we'll browse for it and select it. In the Add Arguments field, indicate the file path. Click Next, and then Finish. The newly created task will appear in the Task Scheduler library. Close the Excel window if it's opened. Right-click on the task and press Run. As you can see, Excel opened immediately and we received an email. Perfect. In our first example, we used VBA macros to send emails from Excel. However, it's also possible to send emails without them using a hyperlink formula. Prepare a list with 2 email addresses, CC if it exists, subject, body, and formula fields. Select the cell under formula and click on the Insert Function icon. Choose Hyperlink from the list of functions and click OK. In the Link Location field, enter a formula containing the parameters based on cell value. In the Friendly Name field, enter a name that will be displayed in the cell. This is an optional field. Click OK. You can see that the formula contains cell names that correspond to the values such as mail to, CC, subject, and body. When you click on the hyperlink, it will open a default email program you're using. The email will include the data from the Excel sheet, and you can modify it in any way you want. While you can't add attachments to the Excel sheet, it's possible to add them now in the email client. And when you're ready, click Send, and you'll see an email in the inbox within seconds. Excel also enables users to send emails to multiple recipients in bulk. This could be done by modifying the VBA code we created in our first example. Prepare the list of recipients in one column of the spreadsheet. We've already prepared a Send Bulk Email button and assigned a Send Mail To macro to it. Open the VBA editor. The code will essentially be the same as with sending simple emails, but we need to make a couple of adjustments. First, use Set Recipient List to fetch the list of recipients from the spreadsheet. Define the range depending on the name of your cell and the size of your list. Use the For Each Recipient in Recipients List statement to loop through each email address in the recipient list. And add the recipient using the With block. Add the Send Mail method that will do the actual sending. Set the SMTP to nothing and define the message box to indicate the successful sending. Save the changes and test the code by clicking on the Send Bulk Email button. And there you go, the code works as expected. Whether it's an invoice or a funny image of your cat, Excel allows you to send emails with attachments. For that, we'll add an attachment to our previous sample right after Add Recipient. We'll also specify the route to the file. Save the changes and execute the code with the Send Bulk Emails button. The email with an attached image is right there. Lastly, let's see how you can send an HTML email. First, change the body format from 0 to 1 to indicate HTML. Then, add the HTML content to the body. Optionally, change the subject to differentiate the new test from the previous ones. Save the changes and execute the code either from Run or the button in the sheet. Check the inbox and bingo. And that's it. You can now easily send emails in Excel. Check our other videos for more information on sending emails from different programming languages and frameworks. We hope you found the tutorial helpful. Thank you so much for watching this video, brought to you by Mailtrap, an email delivery platform to test, send, and control your email infrastructure in one place. Like and share this video and subscribe to our channel to see more tutorials like this one. Don't forget to check out our other videos for more useful content on email deliverability. See you in the next one.